Dr. David Lukens is chair of the Political Science Department at Touro College. For 20 years, he served on the staff of U.S. Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan, during which he brought the senator to see the Rebbe on several occasions.
Senator Moynihan's first job in Washington was for a man named Arthur Goldberg. Arthur Goldberg later became a justice of the Supreme Court of the United States for a short time, about 3 years. And then he resigned to go be American ambassador to the United Nations. So when we saw the Rebbe, I think the first times with the senator, the Rebbe said to the senator, "You worked for Arthur Goldberg?" And the senator said, "Yes." He checked my resume, something like that. And he said, "Yes," he said, "because I had quite a correspondence with Arthur Goldberg." He said, until he told me, he wrote me that I was in contempt of court. And I told him that there's freedom of religion in the United States. Apparently the Rebbe was trying to convince Arthur Goldberg to take a position on a certain issue. And he then had quite a enormous correspondence on him. So then the senator asked, the Rebbe asked Senator Moynihan if he would champion this as a constitutional amendment. And the irony was that the cardinal had made a similar request to the senator only a few weeks before. And the senator said that he didn't feel comfortable doing so. Same thing he told the cardinal. And the Rebbe said to him, "But just tell me you will." And he says, "You know, you're an Irish, and the Irish people always keep their word." And Senator Moynihan smiled and said, "The rabbi is very holy. He doesn't know much about the Irish people." And the Rebbe said, "Yes, but a blessing is a statement of potential." Which I thought was a great, great, great line. One time we met with the Rebbe, it was right after it had been a Chillul Hashem. There had been an article in the papers about some Orthodox Jews, ostensibly Orthodox Jews, the yeshiva that was taking government money inappropriately. And there's no involvement with Lubavitch, no reason the Rebbe should discuss it. And the Rebbe spoke with great emotion. He spoke about everything he and his family owed to the United States of America, about how Senator Borah of Idaho intervened with Calvin Coolidge to save his father-in-law and the family. A story that I heard from the Rebbe personally several times. He used to speak about it. My first earliest memories of the Rebbe, in fact, are going with my father when I must have been about 10 years old. And he started talking about Senator Borah and how Senator Borah had saved his life, and the life of his father-in-law and about. It was boundless akar tov for the United States, and how it was the greatest malchut of chesed the Jews had had in history, and how here we're telling non-Jews to keep Shev Mitzvot B'nai Noach, the Rebbe said. He explained to Senator Moynihan how important that was. And he said, and one of those is not to steal. And here we have a Jew who's stealing. How painful this was, and how desecration of God's name, and he was so upset by it. I remember a long discussion about the war on poverty. And the senator said, I think poverty has won. And the Rebbe said, poverty has won because people really aren't worrying about poor people. The Rebbe said people are worrying about statistics, they're worrying about studies. And the Rebbe started, he started explaining how he thought that much of the problem is that the war on poverty had become I'm trying to remember the Rebbe's this is tricky, I'm trying to remember the Rebbe's exact words. I think he said something, I'm paraphrasing now. The Rebbe said something to the effect that there are people who have a professional interest in keeping people locked in poverty because that's their parnasa. They have a business. They become poverty experts. And we have several, it's not just we have several generations living in poverty, like Moynihan had said the Rebbe, we have several generations of people who are poverty experts.